If you can make it and not, like, store buy it, it's probably going to be better.
Oh, yeah. I saw this couple costume. This was way back in high school. It was one of the girl did, like, progressive flow, and then the guy did the mayhem.
Oh,
but it was, like,
that's
before
good.
It was, like, super basic.
Yeah.
They were, like, one of the first people I ever saw do it.
That's so good.
I know. I was like, holy shit.
I know I saw this one guy. I mean, again, I'm going back to Game of Thrones. Some dude had this kick-ass Jon Snow costume. I was like, it looked like from like the actual show. I was like, holy shit, like this looks good. Another person had like, remember when that what was it, the Bohemian Rhapsody movie came out? Some guy had this Freddie Mercury costume, and it was like on point. It was so good.
I love that. Or, like, I saw a girl do, like, Elton John, but, like, a girl version, and it was cool. Like, she had, like, these white wings and, like, the whole nine. It was, like, spot on. I feel like if you do a costume, you just need to commit and make it, like, as spot on as you can.
Yeah. I like when people do, like, partner things, too. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's so cool. Like, someone, like, also girls, like, do, like, the angel and the devil. Like, that's always a hit, I feel like.
That's also very basic.
That's also very basic. Well, I guess all the group ones are basic. Like, the guys will do, like, Maverick and Goose from, like, Top Gun.
Yes.
Also think that's killer, though. I still think it's good.
I like those, but I'm like, okay, seen that one
you've seen it before, but it's hard to come up with ideas. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I think, really honestly, now I realize you got to spend all year prepping, basically. Whatever you see this year, write it down. And the top ones you see this year, keep them or spend all year jotting down ideas.
Honestly. I know I went, like, really early this year trying to plan for it. But I was originally going to go really basic with Leo and just go firefighters. Which is still fun. I mean, can't go wrong with the service units. Doctors, firefighters, policemen.
The service units? Jesus Christ.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but it's just can't go wrong. So, okay, next question. What's better, a slutty or funny costume?
Honestly, how late in the night is it?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I'm just saying overall. Like, what do you appreciate more? Like, a slutty costume because they look good or a funny costume because it's thought out?
I mean, if it's really thought out, then like I said, if it's like a leather like jumpsuit and you're wearing cat ears, I'm like, okay, that's so basic. But if you walk in like a funny costume, like I don't know, like how funny are we talking about? Are we talking about like you've seen Euphoria, right? Where where Lexi's like Bob Ross. Do I really want to go talk to Bob Ross tonight? Okay. Like, yeah, that's funny, but like I probably wouldn't like approach.
Okay, all right.
I'd probably say like, oh, Bob Ross, but like, because like you're hiding under all that facial hair and afro as a chick,
but
and
she's just trying to have a good night. Don't you have respect that she's not trying to show the goods?
I would. Like you sound like somebody I could party with, but
you sound like someone I want to take home to mom, but not take home tonight.
Wow, we're getting to that.
That's essentially what I just debriefed out of what you said.
Yikes. But we're talking about Halloween, though. Halloween's like a different breed, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Everybody's off something else on Halloween night. Can we not agree to that?
Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, Halloween, like, it's so crazy. I also think it's so funny when girls start crying and then, like, their makeup. Like, if they have done, like, face makeup for their costume, like, there's always the girl crying and then in her costume, and I'm just like, aw, a sad puppy. And then she actually
goes from, like slutty to, like, actually scary.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Like, maybe you should go maybe you're, like, a zombie cheerleader. Zombie Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. That would...
zombie Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
That would spice things up a little bit.
Jesus Christ. So, as you have heard, you know, you're pretty good with the ladies.
Says who?
It's just kind of a running phrase in the...
Whoever said that needs to get fact-checked.
Okay. So, how do you pick up your women? Give us some tips and tricks. I don't
have any women.
Okay, you don't...
Abstinence is the big A that I practice. Jesus Christ.
Okay, what are your tips and tricks for... You have a lot. You give out a lot of advice.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it works.
Okay, what's your number one advice? Like, let's say I was just, you know, getting back into the swing in the dating realm. What's your advice for me?
So every day of my life. Okay, so
gotcha.
You're getting back. End of the day, I don't know. What's like the normal thing people do? Well, okay, I don't want to say okay, just like download Tinder and Bumble and like do that because
essentially,
yeah, essentially. But you're not looking for something. Well, then that's wrong because a lot of people meet people like that. I guess I haven't. But like, I mean, I hate dating apps. I'm just gonna put that out there. I hate dating apps with a passion. I just hate texting. Is my thing. I hate texting. Like, if you want to talk to me, just talk to me in person. Like, if you're going to text me to, like, meet up or make plans. Mm-hmm. Is basically...
I will say, though, like, I'm the type that, like, I don't want to just, like, message someone and then meet up with them because I'm scared they're going to, like, kill me. Like, I want to talk to you for a little bit.
That's an actual fear that, like, girls have.
Have you not heard that's, like, how people have gotten sex trafficked? Because they use their location and stuff, like...
Yeah, and, like, Dateline, when I was, like, 10, watching, like... 11 p.m. at night.
I don't know. You just got to be cautious.
I mean, I guess like if it's in college, you know, where it's like, oh, he goes to University of Wisconsin La Crosse. Swipe right. Oh, like, and maybe you see somebody familiar like in one of the posts. I feel like it's pretty easy to tell like who's like, okay, well, shit, I'm not a girl. Like, I guess I wouldn't know, so I don't want to go too deep into it. But I feel like you could. But I guess not. I guess some guys would like come off like way too strong.
Yeah.
And that could make it really uncomfortable. Yeah. Wow. I'm realizing a lot right now. But like, I mean, to go that far, I mean, always like, I guess like if you always wanted to meet up for like dinner or like a date or something, I guess you could always like bring your own vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you were going to like...
And like meet them there.
Yeah, meet them there. And if it goes bad, you know, you can literally leave. And if it's in a public place, you're both meeting up like, oh, let's go to dinner. Like, don't go to like, oh, let's meet up at my house. If I was the guy being like, oh, let's meet up at my house. And like, yeah, I guess I'll come over. Like, then I guess you could potentially putting yourself in like a situation where you feel a little uncomfortable because there's not people around. You know what I mean? If you're like in a public place, like you're at dinner or somewhere, if you're in a public place.
So, okay, question though. There's like a trend going around where like girls will like have their friends kind of be, like, in a table down the road.
That is so funny.
Would you, okay, if you were that guy, would you be, like, pressed? Or would you be like, that's funny, like, that your friends are here? Or would you be like, oh, you didn't trust me? Like, you had to bring your friends?
Did I meet you online?
Well, probably, yeah.
If I met you online, then I'd probably think it would be kind of funny.
Okay.
Especially if they did, like, disguises or something like that. Or if they, like, put on hats and, like, a stash and, like, glasses. I think that's funny. I've seen the trend before.
I have been really dying to do that. I need someone to go on a date so I can dress up.
Like, see?
Yeah, we should have.
You should have.
God damn. The next date they go on.
Oh, if you hook up with Ray with somebody, that would be funny.
Oh, yes.
That would be funny.
I would so do that.
With you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd throw stuff at
I'm dressing up as the guy, though, of course, obviously. Naturally.
I'll be the chick. That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that even goes back to a good Halloween costume idea. Damn. Okay.
Cross-dressing?
No, me and my brother did this dance. I remember it was like white chicks dance.
Oh,
yeah, when we had like the blue and like pink hoodies and we had the wigs and stuff. It was so cool. Yeah, we did that in high school, which I don't know why that brought up in my mind right now. I was thinking, you know, I may still have the wig where I could just go back and just snatch it.
Jesus Christ. So I wrote down on here modern day mating calls.
Yeah. Okay. Since we were kind of on that topic too. Yeah, I feel like we skipped so much. Like we were supposed to talk about with like what I did for like moves and stuff, but
well, you just weave it in here.
It kind of ties in though to mating calls. Okay, think about it though. What is like the modern day like mating call? Like, how do you get somebody's attention nowadays? Like for dating wise. I want to hear your opinion. Like, what do you think it is?
So, attention, like, over the phone or in person? Or in general?
In general.
Personally, I feel like the first step is you need to, like, slide in. Whether that be, like, messaging them on Tinder or Bumble, or DMing them, or snapping them. You have to slide in, usually over social media for the first time, which rubs me the wrong way, because I'd rather,
I don't like that either. I'm scared you're going to say that.
But
I know it's true.
I think that's the modern day. However, for me, I'd have a zillion times more respect for a guy, and like, even if I wasn't really that interested in him, if he would have came up to me, approached me, been like, I think you're beautiful, like, can I get your number? I would have been so thrown back and like, just like astonished that I would be like, why not?
You think so?
Yes.
Because I feel like I've done that before and it completely backfired sometimes.
What the hell is she going to say? No? Like, I just think, what's the date? Scary. You know? Jesus Christ.
It's the worst she could say. No. It's intimidating.
Yeah, but like...
But no.
Then
you get
she says no, fuck her. Like,
no, yeah.
on to the next.
But like, I was thinking about that too, with like the whole like sliding in now. Because like that seems like it's the new thing.
It's like a halfway step. Because it's not that bad if you get rejected because it's over the phone. So like...
Yeah, just
whatever.
Like whatever. But like, also, I like hate that it's like all like online in like DMs now. Because first off, like, I never keep up to date on any of my like Instagram. Like my last post on Instagram was last year's spring break, which is in March. That's a long time. Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
I
Jesus.
Can see that.
Woo, I'm an old woman.
Probably my next post will probably be Halloween, and then it probably won't happen again till New Year's. It's usually holidays and special events.
Jesus Christ.
Basically what happens. But yeah, so like I don't keep up to date with it, and usually like the like pictures I have, like especially even like on Tinder or Bumble, like I don't like stop at like, let's say I'm traveling somewhere, like to like, I don't know, like Devil's Lake, let's say, or something like that. Like, I'm not like, oh, let's take a picture here. Like, I'm just, like, kind of in the moment and just kind of doing whatever.
Right.
Like, I'm not ever like, oh, stop, take a picture of me, do this. And, like, I just don't do that. It's like, I have, like, no pictures, like, of myself that are, like, I'm going to say flattering. Most of them are, like, pictures that other people take of me when I'm not expecting it.
Oh.
And then, like,
you have candids.
Yeah, it's basically candids. And, like, I'm like, oh, you might find one out of, like, the 50 that I'm like, okay, that's halfway decent. Let's use that. Like, send me that one. And then I'll just stick that in my profile somewhere. Jesus. But, like, it never works. Like I said, like, my Instagram, last one was spring break, okay? We were probably, like, pre-gaming at the time before we were going out. My eyes and my face is probably red, and, like, my eyes could be, like, looking elsewhere. Mm. So I'm like, I don't think it's a good look. Because I'm like, they're just not really flattering pictures that I have of myself. And, like, I'm also weird about that, too. Because, like, I just, like, don't like pictures in general. Where I'm like, oh, yeah, stop. Let's take this picture because I need it for Instagram. Like, I'm not that kind of person to be like, oh, yeah, I need this for Instagram. Yeah. Like, oh, I need to post this. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm here. Like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I don't need, like, other people, like, knowing, like, what I'm actually, like, doing.
You're a secret.
Yeah. Well, not, like, a secret. I might post, like, a snap story, like, oh, I'm here, but, like, that's it. Then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
You're tapped out.
Yeah.
Of your posting.
But, like, that's the whole thing with, like, DMing now. I think that's just so, like, weird. Like, how do you even come in? Like, okay, as a girl, what do you think is the most successful way to approach, like, in a DM? Because we're talking about, like, kind of, like, mating calls. Because, obviously, if a guy DM'd you, he thinks you're attractive, right?
Right.
Obviously, because you don't know much else about them. You're looking completely physically.
Right.
And so if you're looking completely physically on that, like, what's the best way? Like, oh, like, there's one that's popular. It's like, oh, like, you throw up, like, a soccer ball and a dog. Like, oh, my ball rolled in your DMs or
whatever. I know
that one goes. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how it goes because I never use it.
To be honest, when guys DM me, I'm always like, just get to the chase. Like, no need to punch around with the, hey, how are you? Because I don't answer those.
Okay, well, what do you mean by get to the chase? Because you just said that.
What's your purpose of being in my DMs?
Well, obviously they want to take you out, right? Or
so then get to that.
But you just said earlier that you're scared that they might, like, be, like, a serial killer or something.
Yeah. So okay,
how do you
totally
judge
get that. So I'm saying don't be like, hey, meet me tonight at this bar, 7 p.m. Be like, more like, what are you doing next week?
Okay, well, if he's meeting you at a bar at 7 p.m., there's obviously something
okay.
Because nobody goes out at
well, that was my example. Thank you, though. But, like, essentially to me, I'm like, if you're DMing me, like, what's the purpose? Like, I don't know. I always assume, like, is this, like, what are you trying to get out of this? Do you want to go on a date? Or are you just trying to, like, sneaky link? Or,
okay.
Like, I'd just rather know than message back and forth with you, or, like, honestly, you're not really going to get a message back. It's like, hey, what's going on? Like, I have a guy that DM'd me, like, a couple days ago, and I did not answer that.
Okay. So how can you judge, like, their intentions? How do you think? Like, how can you tell a good one from a bad one?
To be honest, like, if I look on your profile and you just look kind of sketchy,